What's going on? We back. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Hopefully you seen my video on Dwayne Casey agreeing to a 5-year deal with the Detroit Pistons. But right now we're talking about the Detroit Lions. And running back Kerryon Johnson. It's an interesting article they have about Kerryon Johnson in MLive today. And I'm going to link it to the description. And also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Those links and usernames are in the description. Appreciate it. And Kerryon Johnson in this article, and Bob Quinn has said it many, many times, that he's not going to be a bell cow running back. He's not going to get the grunt of these carries with the Detroit Lions. And, that was a concern for him in Auburn. That's one of the reasons why he wasn't a top flight running back, a top first round or top 10 running back, because of the carries he had at Auburn. I watch Auburn games. He would sometimes get 30 plus carries, 20 plus carries on a consistent basis. He was the offense, and ultimately he got wore down, but ultimately that showed me that he does have the durability at 6 foot 213 to run up against SEC defenses like Alabama, like Georgia, and gain 100 yards. And by the end of the year, he was wore down, man. But he had the most yards at the contact in college football. He can catch it out the backfield. He was lining up at quarterback in the Wildcat. He's a guy that's capable of carrying the load, but the Lions envision using him as a slasher, as a change of pace back. But in my opinion, if that's what they wanted from a running back, I think they got it wrong. This guy is a nice slasher. He's like a Le'Veon Bell or change of pace and can kind of really pick and choose and got vision and put, got some power. He's more of a power back. His frame might not show it than a slasher. You know what I'm saying? You could have waited if you wanted a yin to LeGarrette Blount's yang. I mean, you definitely could have picked the faster running back, in my opinion. And I know his game speed is better, but like I said, you had Rashad Penny. He was gone by then, But you could have got you a Nyheim Hines, who was very, very fast, and there was some a couple other faster running backs, changing pace backs. But judging by it, he definitely fit the bill better than Darius Geis. Darius Geis was more of a power back. He was a good athlete as well too. But Kerryon got that kind of that wide receiver kind of frame to him. But, eventually, that can be the plan, But ultimately, if he starts doing well in his pass-happy offense, we'll talk about that a little bit later in another video, and he starts eating, they're going to just keep feeding him. If he proves to be a better running back option than Theo, than Abdullah, than Zenner, than Washington, than LeGarrette Blount, you're going to ultimately have to feed him. And LeGarrette Blount has never been the bell cow vocal point of an offense since he's been in the NFL. He's complimented Le'Veon Bell. He's been in rotation with the New England Patriots. That's why he's a young 31. He's never took the grunt of the carries. And at 31, do you really want to find out if he can? So ultimately, this is going to be a committee by running back by committee backfield. But do you just take a rotational running back in the second round and try to say, okay, we need to change the pace back, and we know you run 4.55 or 4.53, whatever he runs, come in here and be our change of pace back, be our utility back, be our running back that catch out the backfield, be the guy that can just do a little bit of everything. And that's cool, but for me, I don't want to take a running back in the second round if ultimately the goal isn't to win next year and ultimately the goal isn't to really feed the beast. I understand he's not going to take 20 carries in this league. I think 15 or 16 carries or maybe even 12 carries and a few more touches out the backfield may not be ideal for him. But ultimately, if the goal is to kind of make him a rotational back with Blount and Theo Riddick and Abdullah and Kerryon Johnson, honestly, I mean, really, could you just wait and pick another running back? But like I said, they could be saying that right now. He's also doing kick return. So they kind of want to use him as a role as what Ameer Abdullah and Theo Riddick is, what it sounds like, because he's capable of catching out the backfield. And like I said, LeGarrette Blount isn't that running back that ever has taken a grunt of carries in the NFL. So this is going to be a very, very interesting training camp and preseason and season when it comes to the season to actually see who gets more carries. Because if his talent jumps off the film in camp and his talent jumps off the field in preseason, or ultimately he gets touches in the regular season, he's tearing the game up, bump what they're saying, they're going to give him as many carries as he wants. And LeGarrette Blount carries going to get cut, and then Reddick's touch is going to get cut, and Ameer Abdullah touch is going to get cut. That's going to happen. You see people coming to the plan all the time. They say, well, this is not the plan. Yeah. Obviously, it's not the plan, but he's being kick return. If you wonder why he's doing kick return ability, I don't know why. I mean, Jamal Agnew wins the nickel position. Maybe, you know, they need an extra kick returner, but or maybe they get ready to cut Amir Abdullah because he can do it as well. So, I mean, he's doing a little bit of everything. He's kind of being the scat back. But ultimately, I still think and I still predict he will take over the carries, the majority of the carries. But like I said before, like they said in the article, this is a pass-happy offense. And I'm going to get into that in another video about the offense. And ultimately, it probably won't even be 30 carries there altogether for any of these running backs. Ultimately, the Lions may only run the ball 15 or 20 times a game. So, obviously, you could give him 10 carries and probably give Blunt the rest, maybe 5 or 10. But let me know what you guys think. Article links in the description. We gone.